What's going on? Shout out everybody over on YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, the math is the math and the juice is the juice. How we doing, y'all? Previously on Kimba TV. So we talked about all of this yesterday, right? Structure, what it needs to hold, etc., if you remember. So if you want a long, I mean, this is golden pocket and value area low. It has to hold. Like any sort of, most people, they're gonna put their stop loss right here. I'm not gonna try to gamble before RTH, especially since that the Coinbase Wick of Destiny hasn't gotten grabbed. You're in the Discord, right? So everybody was talking about the Coinbase Wick of Destiny. Pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a normal Friday. You guys know what my reservations are for Friday. So, value area low is right at RTH gap. If this ends up being a swing fail, maybe you're looking at settlement long. But I bet any longs that you get taken, you take today get swept on Monday anyways. Monday or Tuesday. So, okay, so 15 minutes on the 30-minute candle close. So yeah, I mean, nothing's really changed since yesterday. I think the last thing we talked about was VWAP turning into support, pixel perfect. Yeah, ideally we make another bad high and we save it for Monday. And then Monday we get a pullback that we can long. So yeah, I don't think anything's really changed. So yeah, so basically the week is done. It's gonna just bing bong ding dong. I would still, it wouldn't surprise me one bit if we still actually do an RTH fill on Tuesday. The fact that it filled on CPI morning with ETH gives it a little bit of credence to maybe it doesn't have to sweep on RTH. So, but yeah, the 94 reaction is horrible. It's not that great. So a lot of work that bulls have to do to kind of break above. Yeah, so you know me. When do I like the lows? When do I like the highs to be put in? Monday or Tuesday, right? Monday is a 3-day holiday weekend. So Tuesday RTH will probably be the biggest sort of definitive, like we're ready to go. Yeah, so if that, if we can get away with our 94 longs and some of you guys have 93, 92 still, that would be great. But the best way would be to see RTH on Tuesday. All right, come on, man, help me out. I told you guys to be prepared, plan shit out, execute, do what you think is the best, okay? Every trade, every day, you have an opportunity to prove it to yourself that you're getting better and you know what you're doing. Marzo says BTC dumped as soon as Kimba did the 15-second alpha TA. Hey, but I had this line though. I had that line for weeks though. Stiga says manipulation. The market makers heard him. Yeah, it's just math, ladies and gentlemen. Zarya says, Kimba, before you move the market, we must know. I feel like I said it early enough, man. Look, there's two trades. There's an easy short here, and there's an easy long here. Obviously, if the data is right there. Yeah, but I feel like I told you guys, though, if you couldn't tell that was an easy short, don't worry about it. I can explain why that's a really easy short. Like on Tuesday next week. Yeah. Latif says Kimba is the market. It's just math, y'all. Like I said, man, I'm fucking hungover as shit. I got 2 hours of sleep. Know what I mean? If I can do this, y'all should be able to do this. Barack says, Kimba, what if settlement cannot hold? I'm not, brother, what the fuck did I just say about an easy long? Take it on Monday or Tuesday. Have you been listening? Let me be very clear, Barack. If you're bullish, you need to hold settlement and value area high. Okay? And we're talking about day-to-day shit. I'm talking about small time frame. I'm talking about today. Okay? Do I think we lose 94 low next week? Yeah. I don't know if you've really been paying attention, but nobody is longing 94 except for us. Okay? So on Tuesday, when RTH comes in, those motherfuckers need to buy and they need to hold. Okay? So for today, I'm talking about today. Okay? If it looks good, the VWAP, settlement, and value area value area high. We're so stupid, y'all. Hey. Jesus Christ. Latuche motherfucker. The settlement value area high and the VWAP needs to hold. Okay? So those are scalps, ladies and gentlemen. All right? Those are scalps. But if you want an easier long, you need to be patient until Monday or Tuesday, most likely Tuesday. All right? So don't if you're going to take a settlement value area high VWAP long and it fucking pumps, you still need to put stop loss at break even. You're probably going to get round trip next week. So, the way that I see it, ladies and gentlemen, is that the easy long is next week. That's it. All right. So, and if you took a short from the 75786, you need to be shaving 40% of that short here. Alfei says Sato disagrees, but when Sato disagrees, he's actually agreeing. Dominic, what's going on? Shaved about 50%? Yeah, I mean, you don't have to shave all 50. Yeah, but yeah, like 33%, something like that. Yeah, you got everybody good? Jerome, you good? All right. If 94 is not going to get cleaned and the low is already in, then things like settlement here has to hold. And obviously we have a whole ton of fucked up highs up there. So, once we breach that 99, once we breach that 100, then 130, 127, 125, all of those things come into play. All right. And I'm going to be real, man. Any long that you're going to be taking, you're front running March FOMC. You're thinking that you can get a 94 long, 92, 91.5 long, right? Breach organically and short squeeze through 100. And then when we get above 100, we need March FOMC to give us rate cuts. And then that's what takes us into that 127 zone. Okay, so a lot of these things they take days and weeks and stuff to, prepare. There might be people in longs from 94 cloudy, okay? Me included. I only have 25% of the 94 long left because, I'm following my plan, right? So certain exchanges, they get stopped out behind the 382. Certain exchanges, they get stopped out to 0.5. Certain exchanges, they get stopped out at golden pocket. Certain exchanges, they get stopped out behind the 786. So on this move, you know, a bunch of my 94 long got stopped out, right? And I didn't add because it didn't look good. So I've got a little bit of the original long left, but there's probably people that have a 94 long or a 93.8 or a whatever, and they're not seeing it like I am. Like 91.5 is definitely still possible, you know? So it's going to really depend on RTH today, you know? Like, for example, something that would make me go, all right, we're not going to go back and clean that 94 on Tuesday would be if this bounces and we make a higher high up here. Then I think the probability to, you know, get a 93.5 or a 91.5 long next week is very, very low. All right. But if all we do is bang, and then we start to kind of just hang around or just kind of crab around again, then I would be really suspiciously awaiting another low to be made. So Cloudy says, that's why I'm not playing scalps today. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I don't scalp, but it still doesn't excuse you from not being able to read the data, right? So what do you guys think? What did I say? Easy short, easy long. Ta-da! Not too bad, right? Whether you're shorting or whether you're longing, whether you're doing both, guess what? You can't lose, correct, Lions? You can't lose, right? If I was really going to try hard this bitch, like I could have just shorted the 75786, I could have just longed the settlement value area high VWAP, and then I could just put stop loss and profit on both or stop loss at break even on both and just see which one wins. And I could just be playing blackjack all day, and I can just be laying at the pool all day. I don't got to look at this shit anymore. You see how easy this is? Preparation, meeting, opportunity. That's how we juice, chat. How can you do other work while you're looking at chat? I can barely take a shit. F Doge says, you are really a gift. I got round tripped all day until you came live. But I want you guys to be able to do this yourselves, though. Okay? I'm not doing anything spectacular. I'm not really doing anything too crazy, you know? So if you want F Doge, you know, figure out questions you want to ask me on Monday when I get back. And, you know, we can go over this shit. But I always tell you guys, I'm going to be juicing with or without the stream. It really, you know, it's imperative that you guys are improving and getting better and feeling like you're getting value out of this and juicing. So I want you guys to be able to do this on your own, okay? If I didn't show up today when I did, you know, could you have been able to do this? That's what happens sometimes, right? Like if I show up and if I say it before it happens, it's Gucci. But if I'm 5 minutes, imagine if I was 5 minutes late, you know? People would have been like, what do you mean you got pixel perfect top short, bro? No fucking way. That's testnet. Mo Guy says, would 98.5 highs be the target for the scalp long? Yes. Correct. Yeah. And Mo Guy, depending on, I don't know if you heard the morning TA, but depending on if you clean those highs or not, it's going to change the context and narrative as we start trading when we come back from the 3-day holiday weekend. So if a swing fails 98.5, then I still think lower could be on the table. If it doesn't clean the 98.5, I think lower is on the table. Only Jal says, what do you think about XRP? My plans for XRP really haven't changed. Yeah, like $10 on higher time frame is what I would expect for XRP. But you got to take it level by level. So here's this, right? We are expecting this, right? This was the swing fail long that we talked about, right? So I think most of us are in longs on XRP. All right, but this is golden pocket, VWAP, and then that's also a swing fail candidate too. Okay, and then if this is going to be a 3 drives blow off top, then swing high, swing low, 1.25 could be potential target, right? But yeah, I think, you know, all altcoins, I don't know if you've watched my altcoin nerd out episode 1, 2, and 3, but all of these altcoins, I'm trying to get into longs, and I'm front running like rate cuts and a bullish narrative. So shorts are okay on altcoins, just never lose money on them. You know, you want to be really aggressive with putting stop loss and profit. Sounds good? But all these altcoins that I have on my list, I'm trying to get into. Would I short something? If it looks good, Jow, I'm a level to level, data is the data, math is the math kind of guy. So if I have a level that I've been waiting for and I get structural edge, open interest edge, divergence edge, S&P, BTC, confluence edge, all those things, I will always take it. Even if I don't feel like a level is going to bounce, I will still long it if the data is there. Even if I don't think it's good resistance, if everything presents itself, I'll take it. I take pride in doing what I'm supposed to do and basing my executions off of data and not letting my personal biases allow me to pussyfoot or not take something that is right in front of me. So to answer your question, yeah, if the edge lines up, I would take it. And I have been taking them. I've had a Sol short. I've had an ETH short. But I'm going to put my stop loss at break even as soon as I can. I think it's extremely goofy to lose money shorting altcoins. That's just me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror and be proud of myself if I ever let myself get wrecked shorting altcoins. So the risk management is going to be really aggressive. I'm not going to be stubborn. I'm not going to be swinging for home runs. I'm not going to be swinging for it to go to zero. I'm going to put my stop loss at break even, and I'm going to be shaving when I need to. And I'll be really more focused on trying to get into longs that I can hold for the rest of the year if altcoin season does end up happening. Okay? But all across the board, brother, I'm trying to get into nice longs and spot buys that I can hold for the rest of the year. Yeah, but we're getting kind of close to a pivotal point where March FOMC has to be rate cuts. So GDP and PCE towards the end of this month, important. CPI, PPI before FOMC next month, important. March FOMC rate cuts, important. And so there's an element of front running these events and days that is part of my strategy. So that's the inherent risk that I'm taking, right? I don't know if you were here earlier, but I was talking about, man, like if we get into a 95.5 long or a 93.5 long, right? Or if the little bit of the remaining 94 long actually ends up working, what we want to see is gaining 97 to 98 and really 100 as support. If we can flip that 97 to 100K zone into support and build value above it, then that's when we're going to be able to see 125, 130 with March rate cuts. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get into longs, that is not going to make a lower low, so it's not going to breach 90, okay? 89 is kind of like the stop loss on any sort of long that you would try, right? So whether it's a 94, 93, 91.5. Yeah, I want to try to get back above 98 to 100 before March FOMC, and then March FOMC, I get the rate cut, and then we can head up to 130. All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to probably dip out at hourly candle close if you guys don't mind. I feel like we've talked about everything. It is Friday, so, just put your stop loss, break even. Don't get got. The easy trade will be on Tuesday. I'm not saying that it's going to be the best entry, but the easy trade is on Tuesday. Some of you guys might understand that. Some of you guys won't understand that, but RTH is what we want, so... OCS says, these slow moves make me set levels with anticipation, but also have to resist the temptation of reaction when price is not on them. That's true. And again, it's Friday before a 3-day holiday weekend. Lord have mercy. Yeah. Denefati Mama says, could you explain why that was an easy long? I mean, some of it is going to be like, experience, obviously. A lot of it is going to be pattern recognition. So I don't know how many times you've seen value here, and then settlement is above. And I've drawn this every single day, but value area high, value area low, okay? You're going to have a scenario where the settlement is right here. It's outside, but it's really close to it. It's inside, but it's really close to it. The classic right kind of in the middle. It's inside, but it's really close to it. It's outside, but it's really close to it. And I've been telling you guys for a while now, take note of what has to happen. Okay? If you're bullish, take note what has to happen if you're bearish. Okay? This is another example of settlement outside, which means that more than often you want to look for a long. Okay? If the settlement was inside, you would be looking for a bearish retest. Okay? But I don't want you to take my word for it. Okay? I don't know what's going to happen. All right? You need to see this shit yourself. You need to be taking notes, and you need to be remembering what has happened in the past. Okay? So that's pattern recognition. Okay? Do you see any sort of hidden bull div? Okay? What about a 7.5 to 0.5 rotation, mathematical? What about VWAP bullish retest? What about all of the ETH lows get swept? Like, do you remember yesterday when I said the easy long, if you want it, is for it to break above VWAP and then do a bullish retest? A bunch of people took that long. Even I took that long. Okay? But that was after RTH. So how funny is it that it cleans it? Okay? Is that a good low or a bad low? Is the probability of that getting cleaned high or low? So I kind of gave you a plethora of things that you can nerd out on over the weekend. All of those things should be telling you, should I shave? Should I TP? Should I close? How are we doing? Okay? But don't forget about the easy short I told you as well. Okay? And I basically said you could short here, you could long here, stop loss, break even or higher high or lower low, and then just let's see which one wins out. But it's about identifying levels. I mean, there's going to be people, if I were to have said, because sometimes I don't tell you guys exactly what I'm doing because it's so unbelievable. I don't even want to go through the drama of, it's got to be testnet. Okay? I rather you guys understand the math more than me flexing my positions. Okay? There's going to be lions in here. Most lions, if I were to say, I got a 97, 550 short, they're going to believe me. And it's not even about believing. Some people will have the same short. Okay? Some people, if I say, I have a 97, 550 short, they're going to be like, cap. There's no way. That's got to be testnet. There's no way. There's nobody on this planet is that good. Peace.